So you're looking to, give up meat, dairy, sugar, and you're not sure how to do that effectively so that your body doesn't freak out, so that you can, see the health effects as soon as possible, and so you can have a little bit of faith in what you're doing. And this video will help you kind of get to the bottom of what it takes to transition from a mainstream diet to a healthy diet and what you can expect. So welcome to my channel and let's get into it. So if you'd like to transition from a conventional diet and you've been on this conventional diet for many years, your body is going to be adapted to that state of chemistry. It's quite likely that our bodies anticipate the chemistry we always feed it. So if we're used to giving our bodies specific foods for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, it kind of knows what to anticipate. So it recalibrates all its resources. It understands that it's going to get what it's going to get in terms of resources from the outside environment, meaning your food. And then it does this dance of how can I best preserve the state of health of this ecosystem with the resources I have and the resources that are going to come in. How can I preserve the most essential organs? How can I do this with net lowest take of energy from essential processes? So all of this is recalibrated constantly when it comes to our health, when it comes to our bodies. So when we start getting healthy, we're actually telling the body we're entering a different story. This is going to be a chemically different type of environment, and we have to ease into that because the body needs to understand that now it's going to be dealing with a different set of elements, different set of resources. So we can do that very gently. Another reason why you need to transition slowly is because the body will go through detoxification symptoms, going from a conventional diet to a healthier diet. So when you feed the body more alkaline chemistry, healing chemistry, the acidic chemistry is going to get broken down and it's going to recirculate back into the body, into the lymphatic system to be purged. And this process is hard on our physical body, our emotions, our mental state, because these acids are hot and degenerative. So the symptoms of this heat could show up as grogginess, as pain, tiredness, a brain fog, all of these, maybe emotional instability for a little while. So all of these things are basically the side effects of the cleansing, of those acids coming out of these self-imposed pockets of acidic waste that the body preserved for when it can cleanse, and now this acid is being circulated. So remember, the body is always trying to recalibrate how to have the best health with the resources it has, and how to preserve itself from the waste products in the lymphatic system, which is our waste system, how to preserve this waste that doesn't want to come out. So when we're very acidic, when we're inflamed, when we're full of chronic inflammation, the body, our elimination organs are not working properly. They're basically clogged, they're weakened, and so the waste in our bodies doesn't come out efficiently. So what the body does is it takes this waste and it preserves it. It preserves this waste in what we call as stubborn fat. It preserves it in small tumors, small pockets of waste, which we call tumors, which can grow and debilitate our bodies into a state called cancer, and other ways that it can not compromise its very necessary processes for survival. So it's going to play around with, okay, how can I deal with this waste the most efficiently without sacrificing myself, without actually shutting down, always trying to go from dysregulation to regulation. So this struggle is the most prevalent when we're eating a conventional diet, when we're not giving the body the electrolytes, the enzymes, nutrients, and cleansing chemistry it needs to do its job. So now it's looking at, okay, now I'm getting a lot more alkaline chemistry. So what do I do first I want to take care of all that waste that I have. It's kind of like, if you think about it, as we have debts, and now we get a lot of energy, money coming in. And let's say we won the lottery and we have a lot of debts. So what do? Do we buy a house, or do we pay off our debts and then work our way to build up our resources? So the same thing happens in the body. The body is not going to try and build and repair when it has a lot of waste inside it. It's going to get rid of all that waste so then it can properly rebuild. So the biggest problems get taken care of first because they're the most detrimental to the body's survival, and then the body takes care of smaller issues that it needs to take care of so it can survive into the future indefinitely. So it's working with the resources again that it gets and that it has. So this is exactly what happens when the body gets an influx of healing chemistry. It now has the resources to take care of the waste it has been holding on to and then repair itself. So imagine you're putting in new fuel, very, very cleansing, very expansive fuel. Of course, this is going to shock the body. So just go back to your chemistry class. If you remember, do you know what happens when acids and alkaline chemistry, such as maybe baking soda, collide? Well, explosion happens. That's not necessarily what happens in our bodies, but the body starts to recalibrate. So that shock factor and that recalibration factor in the body is not going to make us feel really good at first. So that's what we call the detox symptoms. The detox symptoms are basically just the physical, emotional, and mental symptoms that come about as a form of cleansing. When we put in good food, when we're feeling better, when we're meditating, when we're walking in nature, breathing fresh air, all of that is going to make us feel incredibly good at first. But then the body's going to realize, okay, this is not a one-time thing. I'm getting this on a daily basis. I can work with this. So then it starts to really cleanse, go into that cleansing process. And it's going to hold on to those reserves and then start igniting that repair. And when that happens, we're going to feel not so great. So initially we may get the few days of, wow, I'm so energetic, this is wonderful, because we're getting that influx of good energy. But then the body starts using that energy for repair. So imagine your body, this biochemical processor, entering a repair shop. It's going to go through a lot, but on the other side of the repair process, there is amazing health. There is clarity, there is symptom-free living, and there is feeling wonderful. So these temporary detox symptoms are just the process of the body recalibrating, getting back into balance, and restoring its energy and chemical supplies. The body needs alkaline chemistry, it needs simple sugars, it needs electrolytes to keep itself healthy. If it doesn't get them, instead it gets acids. Not only does it need to get rid of these acids, but now it needs to compensate for not getting what it needs to thrive. So it's going to leach calcium from bones and tissues. So calcium, just like other minerals, is an electrolyte, meaning it's a foundational element that creates energy and creates functionality in the body. It helps our endocrine system run, it helps our nervous system run, it helps our emotions and mental health be in a state of regulation. It helps our kidneys filter. It helps all of these processes run very, very effectively. So if the body doesn't get the minerals, especially calcium, from the foods in a format that it can use, not milk, not dairy, that's a format it can't use and it's actually acidic to the body, then the body will look to compensate. It's going to look within to find the resources that it didn't get from food. So when you transition to a healthier diet, my suggestion is to go slow. Don't go from 360, going, from very conventional preservatives, salts, sugars, to very, very healthy, meaning juicing every day and eating salads. That is too radical. You have to transition in a way that gets your body to get accustomed to this new chemistry so it can slowly work itself to repair. So my advice is to transition into the alkaline diet slowly. So if you've been eating a mostly conventional diet, how do you transition to a healthier diet without having to feel a lot of those detox symptoms, without having to feel the effects of all that chemistry being purged from your body, which is going to happen. But if you want to minimize it, if you want the process to be smoother, how do we do that effectively and safely? Well, depending on your current state of a diet, what you have to do is make it a bit more alkaline. So don't go all out and do all raw, all, juices. So let's say you're somebody who likes to have meat at every meal, or maybe even dairy. What you could do is you can cut down on the serving size of those portions. So instead of having, let's say, meat for breakfast, you can have fruit. So this way you're introducing a little bit more alkaline chemistry into the body, so more cleansing chemistry. So let's say after you have the fruit for breakfast for 2 weeks, you can decide to limit the amount of meat you have for lunch. So you could have a smaller portion and more salad. So that could be another change you make 2 weeks after. And then 2 weeks after that, maybe instead of having meat for dinner, you have only vegetarian food. That could be cooked vegetables, that could be any grains, anything of that sort. So you're basically minimizing the amount of meats you're eating, and you're instead substituting more vegetables and fruits. And that is what you can do slowly and slowly and slowly until your mind and your body get used to this change. So adopt this process and customize it according to your own needs, according to your own commitment to changing your diet. So it's all very personalized. And if you can't transition in a certain way within a timeline that you think you should, don't be hard on yourself. Know that it all takes time. We all have a different relationship with our bodies, with food, with our environment. So we all have to take this process in a way that feels good to us. So adapt your mind and adapt your physical body to these changes incrementally, and then you'll get to a place where it feels good, and then you can take the next step. So if you want to incorporate more cleansing chemistry inside your body, and you don't know how to basically ease into it, which foods are best to start with, well, cooked foods. Cooked vegan and vegetarian foods are the way to go, because cooked foods are not as cleansing as raw foods. Cooked foods still have some density, still have lower energy levels than raw foods, so they're the best transition foods when you're coming out of a conventional diet. So you can do more cooked vegan dishes and then graduate to more raw foods. So you can go from cooked vegetables to salads, and then to incorporate more fruit. So fruits are the most alkaline and cleansing foods found in nature. And they are very highly astringent, meaning they will go inside your body and clean. They will revitalize, and they have plenty of energy to repair all the cells. So fruits are extremely highly energetic. They're very alkaline. They're full of cleansing chemistry, meaning they're astringent. They're better healers than vegetables. Vegetables don't have as much hydration. They don't have as much water content, and they have more fiber content, which is harder on the body to digest, meaning it's going to lose energy in that digestive process. Fruit, on the other hand, doesn't need a lot of digestive prowess to digest and to be assimilated by the body into the cells. And this happens within 30 minutes of eating the fruits. And it's fructose. It doesn't need insulin to be utilized by the body, and the body uses it in the format of ATP, pure energy. So fruits give the body the energy to heal. So if you want to progress to the fruit, you have to go through the vegetables, because the vegetables are more stabilizing and they will clean the body enough to get to that extra level of repair, which the fruits can do. So use these tips to graduate to a state of health that feels right for you. Remember, if you want more cleansing, go to the fruit. And if you want some cleansing with more grounding, then go to the vegetables. And if you're feeling these detox symptoms that come about as a normal side effect of cleansing, you can do that with cooked vegetables, potatoes, root vegetables. Those are perfect to balance you out so you don't stop the detox process, you don't stop the cleansing process, but you slow it down. So whenever you feel like you want to slow down the cleansing process, you can always go back to the vegetables, to the cooked steamed vegetables, to root vegetables. The fiber in the salads is going to take more energy to digest, so that is going to naturally slow down the healing process because the body is going to use that energy for digestion. So salads, steamed vegetables, root vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, all of those are alkaline and they will simply help to slow down the healing process. So best of luck on this health journey. I know you can do it with a little bit of effort, will, and just seeing the results little by little, you'll get there. Just know that health doesn't happen overnight. It's an accumulation of small micro habits that we choose to do every day. And if you commit to yourself and you commit to that journey, you will see results in no time. Just like going to the gym every day so we can have the body that you like, or writing a book so we can publish it one day. All of this takes effort and takes showing up every day. And that's what happens when we really delay that immediate gratification and we have a goal and we put in all that effort, the work to meet that goal. And so I congratulate you and I know that you can do it. So if you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing for more information about natural detoxification, natural healing of the body through herbs, through diet, through healing modalities. So let's collectively embrace the wisdom of our ancestors, of our past, and bring it to our lives and to the masses so we can all have a brighter future. Thank you again for watching and take care.